What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Ro back in this video. Today we're going to talk about how to deal with rejection as a graphic designer. So stay tuned to check it out. Peace. In one of my latest videos, I said this. So sometimes a client won't like your work. Sometimes a client won't think your work works for them, or they'll shoot it down, or sometimes you'll design a t-shirt, you'll design something and you're trying to sell it and nobody's gonna buy it. Nobody's rocking with your stuff. That hurts the most. It sucks that not everybody's going to be able to fit your style, or they're not preferencing your style. But that's something you gotta learn to deal with. It's something you gotta accept. And with graphic design, you gotta accept it quickly. So I want to talk about the importance of being able to accept rejection, failure, and all of that, and then allow it to propel you in your future. All right, so first and foremost, we need to understand what rejection is, and we need to accept it as a part of the design process and just the growing process in general. In order for you to grow as a graphic designer, you're gonna have to accept this and you have to accept it quickly today. So I wanted to identify the types of rejection that I noticed over my career, and there might be more, but this is just what I got. Client feedback, project rejection, job rejection, and customer rejection. So with client feedback, a client might tell you, hey, I don't like the way this looks. They might critique your designs. They might critique your work that you've done for them. They might critique past work that you've done. You might get haters. You might get randoms that are just telling you they don't like your work. You might put a YouTube video up and get a thumbs down. I just got a few yesterday. All of that is a part of the game. You need to be able to filter the influence from the outside world. Some critiques are valid, and then some are just coming from a hateful place. So it's important for you to be able to filter those out and see which ones are going to be productive in your skill work, see which ones you need to carry with you as far as your career goes, and then see which ones you need to just leave back there. For me, when I'm identifying which ones I need to keep, I see who sent it. If it's a person that doesn't have what I want, if they're not where they should probably be in their career, and they're spewing their hatred and their jealousy and negativity on me, all of that, I know to just ignore that shit, move around. Their opinion means nothing, because if they did, they wouldn't even be saying that to you. People who are in a good place, in a good space, or that have advanced in their career, they're not talking to you like that. They're not being haters. They're not in your comment section, on your website, on your portfolio. They're not hating on you. They're not even in your face doing all this shit, right? Because they're secure with who they are. So understand that some critiques come from a negative place and some critiques come from a good place. So just identify those as best as you can. So another one, project rejection. Getting rejected from projects is tough, man. I get rejected often when I'm doing this, and I've learned to just be like, okay, fine. People need to be able to envision working with you. They need to be able to envision you working on their projects or just working at their company or whatever it is. So sometimes they don't see the vision the way you see it, and that's okay. Sometimes you'll have the opportunity to persuade them and get them to change their mind, and then sometimes you just won't have a chance. So you got to be able to accept both. You got to be prepared for both. When you get rejected for a project because someone might be better than you, or they might perceive them as better than you, just use it as an opportunity to get better. Oftentimes you can see who they ended up working with, and what I like to do, I like to redesign what they did. So if I seen someone went somewhere and they got a logo done or a website or something like that, I'll redesign it in private. I'm not gonna show nobody it, but I just wanna see if I could have done better and I could get better at my craft. And oftentimes that person might not be satisfied with what that other person did, so then they'll come to you and try to hire you. And at that point, you got a choice. You can either accept it or deny it, or what I like to do, raise your prices. I raise my prices because you're not gonna bring me in to fix somebody's work when you should have just came to me in the first place. So now I'm gonna charge you. Job rejection. So say that you apply for the job, you maybe even got an interview, or you got multiple interviews, or you've met the people and all this other stuff, and then they just tell you, hey, we're not interested, or they just let you know on the spot, we're not interested. All of that is fine. Here's why. Sometimes when you don't get those jobs, you're not ready for it. Sometimes you're not prepared for it. Sometimes you never even stood a chance in the first place. Sometimes it just never mattered. Like you didn't have a chance. Like you were never going to get the job. So figure out which one of those you are, and then use each opportunity to get better. You know, when I was applying for jobs and stuff like that, if I didn't get it, I would just move on quickly. I didn't already apply to 10 other jobs, my dog. So just keep that in mind and keep your opportunities open. Continue to solicit other opportunities. Continue to market your work. Continue to work on your craft and put yourself out there in the light so you can get chosen. You know, make sure that you're at least posting on your social media a couple times a week. Make sure that you're reaching out to other graphic designers who may have work and they might want to offer you some work. Apply for other jobs. Like, just make yourself known, put yourself out there in the field. You can't play the game if you don't put yourself in the game. Another one, customer rejection. Oftentimes they'll choose someone else over me, or when I had a clothing brand, they wouldn't buy my clothes. I thought it was the best thing ever, right? But I didn't see them supporting somebody else's who I thought it wasn't as good as mine. Don't take it personally. People are gonna go with what they deem works best for them. Sometimes it could be your pricing. Sometimes it could be something you said 5, 10, 20 years ago, right? Sometimes it could have been something you've done years ago. Sometimes they just ain't got the money. It could be anything. So it's truly important for you not to take it personally. I used to write down names of people who didn't support me. I had a list, dog. And then eventually, like 2 years later, I was like, bruh, why the hell would I even have that? So I threw it away and burned it. Because what's the point? If they don't support you then, they'll either come around later or they just won't. Either way, it don't fucking matter. Either way, it don't matter. People are gonna support who they want to support. And most importantly, you need to be supporting yourself. You need to be your biggest fan. Don't be waiting on nobody to co-sign you. Co-sign yourself. Take yourself serious. Present yourself as serious. So that way, when the time comes and they try to come back around, you'll have something for them to join on. When I started my brand, I knew I was gonna be around in 3-4 years, right? So when I turned it into a lifestyle brand, when I started to put it on celebrities, put it in vlogs, and those vlogs were getting millions of views, now they wanted to join the crew. But at that point, it was like, all right, cool, come join the crew. But we not gonna act like you always been here. That's what we're not gonna do. But in conclusion, just don't take it so personally. Rejection is a form of redirection. Everything that you're going through is for a reason. You're on this journey to learn and to become the best creative, best designer, whatever it is that you can be. And in that process, a bunch of BS is gonna come with it. So don't take it personally. It's easier said than done. It's easier to get mad at rejection than it is to accept it. So just do your best, follow those steps, take walks, chill with your family, take your mind off of it, get better, whatever it is you gotta do. Opportunities, your soul family, your core audience, people who are looking to work with you are out there and they're waiting to work with you. I promise you. There's billions of people on the planet. You only need about 100 of them to get rich. So think about that in terms of how big the world is, how small you are, and how massive of an impact you can make. Hopefully you got something from this video. I love y'all. Check out this video right here if you want to become a full-time freelance graphic designer. And I'm gonna holler at y'all soon. Peace.